But seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? I mean, let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A give. This is Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Fields. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers.
And some room to work. And all the way down to the 40-yard line.
40 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Bears are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
Akers is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll drop the throw, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears.
The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bears are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Santos with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A quick throw complete to Chark.
like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. That's once again complete to Chark.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Touchdown, Vikings! Irv Smith Jr., 42 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 14. They got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's 2nd and 8. But he's got Dorsett complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Man open is Robinson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's a 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, Dorsett.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. It's complete to Robinson. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. On play action, they'll throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago.
Cole Kmet there to make the grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On 1st down, Fields.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he gets it down to the 32. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now Fields.
And Shark calls it in. Touchdown, Vikings. DJ Shark, 32 yards.
And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the 4th, and a very critical drive upcoming.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook
from 17 yards out.
And the Vikings are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Quickly into the hands of Robinson.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On the give, this is Akers.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Fields now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Wilson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
We certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game. And that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this fourth quarter. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And the Vikings will continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.